Coach Moore showing some confidence and throwing her right back out there. He likes what he saw from Ross last night, and we'll give it a go again today.
And it is a tall task giving it a go against this Texas Tech lineup. We will get to that in a second, but Maya Davis.
Hot shot.
How do you react when something like that happens to you in the aftermath? Are you sort of, you rattled for a second and you have to kind of come back down?
Yes, but as a competitor, you're also like, man, I wish I would have caught that. I should have caught it. I'm not injured. Why don't I have it? But we see Sadie out there smiling, and she's
2 RBI.
Yeah, Tony's been a really impressive freshman in this lineup, holding it down at shortstop for the Red Raiders and hitting in that 2-hole.
Another great crowd on hand here at Getterman Stadium.
Returning players from this entire Tech staff, when you look at the players and the coaching staff, and to see the turnaround they've made in just such a short amount of time is pretty remarkable.
What did you like about their lineup last night? Another Louisiana transfer. Hot shot, bounces foul. Deep to left field and gone. That got out of here in a hurry. And early on, it is 2-0 Texas Tech. Really hitting well.
Yeah, and that's one of the problems you pick, right, with putting your pitcher from last night back in. And we see another base hit there from Johnson through that 5-6 hole. Probably one of the definitely not the hardest hit ball we've seen this inning, but they have clearly seen and faced Ross before.
Jennings slaps it right back up the middle. Oh, beautiful diving play. Kept it from maybe being extra bases and a run scoring.
Beautiful by Amber Tobin.
Ahead in the count, 3-0. Take strike one. 2 runners aboard as Riaceto does the best she can to go around Govan, and that gets Govan down to first base. Any tactics you employ here if you're Coach Moore to get an early run with your team positions? Oh, caught looking, strike 3.
Great location here by Riaceto. Just really got her off guard, not anticipating the new status.
They gotta be. You're ranked 12th in the country as Valdez waits on it and pokes it foul. Talking to people around this Texas Tech program, there are a lot of transfers that came in with Coach Glasgow from Louisiana. You got 4 in the starting lineup. And as it was told to me, this program and the girls that have come from. And last night, we saw the game start out. Baylor was so efficient and they were so buttoned up defensively and offensively. And so far tonight, that hasn't been the case. And against the 12th team in the country, you don't have much room for error.
Right. Yeah, you have to play pretty clean.
Under review, but it was officially a safe at first base, and we'll find out soon what exactly the outcome is. And the outcome is Carrington Dawson is out.
Yeah, great challenge by Jerry Glasgow here, and he's
meteorologist. So I'll turn it over to you, Jordan Ostrike. What do you think of this win today and how it affects this ball game?
Yeah, well, I will say this is very common for spring at Getterman Stadium. It's a we call it a pitcher-friendly park.
That was a hitter-friendly bounce. Pylon Beautiful play by Langoliers. And that gets the Red Raiders out of a jam. Big 12, great. You're a Big 12 vet. What do you think when you see that?
Yeah, that is certainly different than what I'm accustomed to, but it's fun to see just some powerhouse programs join the conference. I love that Arizona's in there.
Had a home run last night, has been a problem so far in Waco for the Bears.
Yeah, she scored their first run of the night last night too, so she has found a way. And
facing a pitcher who's doing so well, and you're getting fewer at bats, right? And that can make things really hard on these players as far as finding a rhythm hitting the baseball or the softball. Hey, no problem there. Sharp shot, but the play is made. Leah Cran got some good wood on that.
Well, I think they're playing a complete game today, and we've just got to continue to press and hope that the momentum will change a little bit in our favor.
Yeah, thanks, Coach. What do you need to see from Dari Orem in the circle? It's great to see her back out there.
Yeah, it is. She came in and threw strikes. That's what we need. We need our pitchers to hit their spots. And
it's so good to see so many people getting involved and loving this sport that, I've grown up loving, and, so many other people, that it's great.
But it has to be cool for you to see it all paying off as we see another put out by Tovin. She has been heavily involved on the defensive side, and you got to like what Orm's showing early on. But, yeah, I mean, for you.
Been really efficient thus far, going right at these Red Raiders and letting her defense work behind her.
Maya Davis has been white hot today. 2 for 2. Led off the game with a double. The payoff pitch is coming from Dari Orm. Davis has been as hot as they get. Pokes it foul down the left field line. An active at bat for Davis, making Orm work for it. Hot shot, deep to right center field, to the warning track, and the play is made by Maya Davis. Snake bitten once again.
Yeah, you certainly thought that ball had a shot of going out. Potentially just gets caught up in the wind here and lingers at the.
That time it was Huffman. 4-0, Texas Tech leads.
3-hole hitter for Tech, Lauren Allred.
What have you liked about her game the past 2 days?
She's been consistent, but she's been a little quieter than what the Red Raiders are used to.
Down to first. Tovan lost it as it took her off the bag. Waddell is the new catcher for Baylor. Was just off the mark with that throw. And we're going to check Halliman.
Yeah, Halliman took a tough tag to the face there. Wasn't in.
Up Reagan Jennings with runners at the corners. Orm battling. Waddell throws down to second. Pylon loses the handle. 5-0 Texas Tech. And the Baylor staff there to get a base runner.
Absolutely. He made the switch to put Presley Pylon a little lower in the order today, and it's paying off. She's able to set the table for the bottom of the order to hopefully flip it back to the top here shortly.
The Southern California.
Yeah, and I think that would be a good strategy to work some counts deep to see a few more pitches. I mean, she's averaging about 10 pitches an inning, and so we've had some quick work done by this Texas Tech defense, and it could benefit the Bears to just see some more pitches.
Last night, she not only had a big hit, but an amazing throw from center field to throw a Texas Tech base runner out at the plate.
Yeah, she had a great at-bat last night in the 7th inning against Nyjah Kennedy. Got some really good swings on it, so you would hope to see that carry look for her, but it's working, and she's allowing it.
Valdez powers it foul down the left field line. And she's got to be feeling pretty good after making an amazing play defensively.
trying to come in on the hands, which is why we're seeing a lot of these foul balls being turned so far inside.
Dribbler to Tovin, who makes no mistake.
I stand corrected. That was an outside pitch. Come in. She continues to just be great in that leadoff spot.
So the Red Raiders somewhat powered their way to their first 4 runs with the help of some home runs, and now some window dressing here to add a few more. Cran.
Back to the top of the order for the Bears. This is where you want to be. Leah's had some great hits today.
3 for 4 on the afternoon.
Favorites to win. Has already lost the series, but they're going to be clawing their way back, trying to get to that #1 spot again.
And that pitch high and inside caught a piece of Govan, who was down at first base. An enthusiastic move too, as it has been a chess match all day between Chloe Riaceto and the Baylor lineup. And Riaceto is winning that match. And thanks to help like that from Johnson. Runner does move down to second base, but 2 out.
Run.
And there's a shot deep to left field. All Dawson can do is watch. And all some of the fans here at Getterman Stadium are thinking is, did that hit my car?
That was, heard Coach Moore speaking of that last night and a little bit today, of really this is when you need things to get going well. And so for the Red Raiders, that appears to be the case. They had the big series win last weekend over preseason favorites to win the conference, Oklahoma State. And now this weekend they're
Washington going against Dari Orm, who once upon a time started at Fresno State.
It's amazing what the transfer portal has already done for just college athletics in general. It's been a wild ride since they loosened up.
Van, a laser beam. Nice work by Wackendorf to get it down to second base, but back safely was Johnson. That brings up Lindemuth. 2-1 pitch coming. Fouled away again. We've seen some feisty at-bats here from these Texas Tech batters, and it's happened recently, and over the course of the past few innings, they've been able to tack on 2 runs in the 6th, 2 runs in the 6th.
Or do too much with it. She was trying to throw strikes, and for the most part, she did that. And I think that's what Coach Moore wanted to see. It's not quite top prime Dari Orm shape, but it was enough today to do a great job for this Baylor defense. Unfortunately for her and the Baylor defense, it was just a nicely placed ground ball.
So Anya German is down at first base. She collects 2 RBIs. Lindemuth down at second.
Plate.
Well, and it's also an opportunity to find out a little bit more about what Ross is made of, right? I mean, here she is, a freshman. Got the big start today against Texas Tech. Surrendered 4 runs early thanks to some great hitting by the Red Raiders, but now she's inserted back into the game. A little late on that one. Counts even at 1-1.
Yeah, she's got 4 home runs on the season. A .320 batting average, I believe. I'm like, most places, that gets you in the everyday starting lineup. And typically when she's in this Texas Tech, some adjustments, whether it's in the box, and the chances of you facing Nyjah Kennedy tomorrow are substantially higher. Coach Glasgow's already said, hey, we got to close the door on these series. We can't leave any games up for grabs. Like, we need to be sweeping. And so, you know, he's not going to just give you someone from the bullpen. You're about to get Nyjah again. So it was really important.
And sliding in safely at first. Nice work by Piper.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want to do with your given opportunities in the lineup. Faith Piper coming in with the leadoff double. A bright spot for this Baylor offense today.
Is at the ballpark, and it's like really late, and he was doing something else unrelated to actually playing on the field. And there's Pete Rose in the cage at like 11:30, 12 a.m.
Yep.
You know, and
Yep.
that's that fire, right? That's that competitor in you guys
Yeah.
that really never dies.
Right. Well, and I think some job kind of flying under the radar, not really trying to overpower these Baylor hitters, hitting her spots, getting the ball put in play, and her offense helping her out with 14 runs.
Lindsay pops it up, and it's all academic at this point. Allred squeezes it, and Texas Tech is